Send me the Addy, we hunting them down. Send me the Addy, we hunting them down.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the NBA Recap. Yes, sir. Back on another video. We back giving another episode. And today, I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about today. I was kind of split between the Washington Wizards and the New York Knicks. And even though the Wizards are doing great things right now, they're kind of old news. You know what I'm saying? We kind of know they're nice already. So any team playing them, it's gonna be struggling a little bit. But today I'm gonna make the video about the New York Knicks and how have they done this season and all the things that they've done, changes that they made, and different things that we want to see for them because they will be in the playoffs. So yeah. But without further ado, let's get into the video, man. And the New York Knicks, I should be having a rivalry with, but I don't because okay, in case you don't know, I'm a Nets fan, but the issue here is that a lot of Nets fans, excluding myself, want to have beef with the Knicks, and it's just like there's no beef, man. There's no beef. Okay, Brooklyn and New York. I mean, two different places, maybe in the same state, but hey, even though Brooklyn used to be New Jersey and should come back to New Jersey, but it's not. We're not talking about that right now. But at the same time, it should. Everyone wants a rivalry, but there really is no rivalry. Of course, the games are fun when we play, but there's no rivalry, man. I just want to get that off my chest because I've been seeing that all over Twitter. It's kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. But yeah, New York Knicks. What a season they've had. They've officially clinched a winning season since, like, I believe the 2013-2014 season when obviously Carmelo Anthony was leading the charge. So at the same time, it's really nice for them to really have a good season this year because Knicks fans have been starving, waiting for the winning season, waiting for a turnaround, waiting for some change to move on from the era of Carmelo Anthony and Kristaps Porzingis, and they've been telling themselves Kristaps Porzingis was a bad trade. Keep telling themselves that, and eventually it came true. True. Um, but yeah, I more so want to go into depth about how they have really turned their season around, and how they have really made a difference and now are currently fourth in the East and more or less going to make playoffs. The main thing we're going to talk about was probably Tom Thibodeau. Now, if you case didn't know, Tom Thibodeau was hired as the New York Knicks coach last offseason, and well, my, what a change he made in New York, man. They got guys playing harder, playing better than ever before. They've got great things happening in New York, man. He's really changed their culture, man. He's a very great defensive-minded coach. A great way he turned Derrick Rose into a guy for Minnesota, and even though he had him back when he was with the Bulls, the product of D Rose, product of Jimmy Butler, and could potentially be someone that really changes the culture of different teams. Um, his coaching methods are nice. I mean, he plays his play. He's not someone that you want to mess with. You know what I'm saying? We saw they signed Austin Rivers last year to a contract, and once he had, I think his first game was like a really good game, and like after that he did not play anymore because Tom Thibodeau thought that Austin Rivers was not good on his lineups. So yeah, he has the balls to be like, you're not good, okay, you're sitting, and then he gave guys like Emmanuel Quigley a chance, and he showed that he was a great player to be in rotation. Now he's getting regular minutes. Now he could be a potential rookie of the year conversations, which he won't win. But at the same time, he's just been gathering different guys, gathering different players. He got Taj Gibson back. So just products of play that he's had in the past that he put into to formulate a team that could be dangerous. You know what I'm saying, in a way. Obviously most of the players are returning, so they really didn't make that many major changes in their off season, but at the end of the day, they're now fourth in the East, battling for that fourth seed. Trying to have that home court advantage in the playoffs. I still can't believe I'm saying that. The New York Knicks are in the freaking playoffs. But yeah, he really changed the culture around there. Now people want to be at the Mecca. You know what I'm saying? People want to be there, and it's kind of crazy to see that now the Garden is not the place to be nowadays. So maybe the free agents will come there eventually. Um, I want to talk about the development of Julius Randle. Now, Julius Randle is now has been in the MIP talks, and I believe he will win it. Sorry, Jeremy Grant, but I believe he will win it this year. But I think that okay. Before I say that, Julius Randle's had an amazing year. Right, 24 points, 10, almost 11 rebounds, 6 assists. Like, amazing, shooting like 43% from three. That's the most damage set ever. Like, how the hell is this man shooting 43% from three? Not really great as a shooter. We know he could shoot it, but like, damn, 43% is ridiculous. Oh my god, it's like on high attempts too, like 6 or 7 attempts. Like, crazy the way he transformed his jump shot, transform his way of shooting the basketball is ridiculous. Like, this guy was a very drive. Okay, let me not say he was a drive heavy guy, but a guy who mostly drove in the paint and was a paint guy. But now he's taking step back threes, sidestep threes, pulling up off the dribble, heavy pull ups. It's just like, huh? Where did that come from? Where did he have that in his bag? It's that Julie. It's just like I've seen. I think this year is just so different because he has like a whole new attitude. Like, he'll get like, remember at the Nets game, he was super frustrated that like he didn't get a call that he wanted at the end of the game because it's like crunch time game. It's a controversial call, but at the same time, and which is a call that he should have won, because super frustrated. Like, last year would not be the case if that happened. Like, he has such a new attitude for winning now. He has such like a new way of winning, and like his ways of like he changed his ways so much. And it's really ridiculous to see how much of a leader he's become in that New York Knicks locker room. Um, Now, here's the problem that I have with Knicks fans. Some Knicks fans, not all. But now he's in the MVP talks. Now, that MVP has been thrown around everybody at some point during the season, man. And it's just been ridiculous seeing that. I mean, Steph Curry has been the MVP talks for a little bit. I understand what he did was historic in the month of April, and his team is the 8th seed. But at the same time, like, no, Seth Curry should not be the MVP this year. I'm sorry. Great numbers, should not be the MVP. But now they're putting in Julius Randle. I understand this team has a great record and he's putting on MVP type stats. But no, okay, I'm not putting him over Nikola Jokic, not putting him over Joel Embiid. I'm not even putting him over Chris Paul. And I don't even think Chris Paul should even be in the MVP conversations. But it's just that, and that's a whole nother video that I'll make later. But briefly, I'll talk about Chris Paul a little bit. Chris Paul, I love what he's done with Phoenix Suns. Should he be in the conversation? Yes. Should he win it? Absolutely not. I mean, Phoenix Suns were going to be a playoff team last year. If DeAndre Ayton had not missed 25 games, they would be a playoff team, in my opinion. But like I said, that's another video. But at the same time, I'm going to go back to Julius Randle. Should he be in the conversations? Yes. Should he win it? Absolutely not. I mean, he should maybe be in top 10, maybe. But it's just like, I understand they're having a great season, but the way that they're playing their ball is more team basketball. I'm going to get into that now. Guys like R.J. Barrett, Nerlens Noel, the surprise Emmanuel Quickly. It's just these guys have really been doing their thing as far as like defending and shooting, especially R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett, who had a pretty lackluster year last year, did not make any All NBA rookie team. Now is gonna be now is a fresh sophomore doing his thing. Now he's making his shots with more confidence in him. And I love what I'm seeing from him as far as like I really because he was a top 3 pick. He wanted his top 3 pick to be great, and he wasn't for some reason. So it's really tough to see. It's really nice to see that he's now evolved into this player as is very reliable in some situations. Now, obviously, he could be wish-washy every now and then, but at the same time, he's still a great player now. He's still respectable, and now that's why Julius Randle is giving him the ball. I want to talk about the surprise rookie, Emmanuel Quickly, man. Now, Emmanuel Quickly is a guy that nobody really viewed in the draft as like a super talented player, like the LaMelo Balls, the James Wiseman's, or the Anthony Edwards. But at the same time, he has been one of the surprises this year as far as rookies go. He's been playing his role. He's been defending. He's been shooting the ball. I really like what I'm seeing from IQ. He's a guy that can be trusted now, and he's not going to be trusted in the late game times. There's just three drives to the basket, drive and kick. Like, I love what I'm seeing from him. Definitely want him to grow in New York. New York is really for him. I don't really see him anywhere else. Obi Toppin, who's kind of not really been getting any minutes surprisingly for some reason. Um, is just there. So IQ's been taking over as far as the best rookie there. And yeah, it's pretty insane what I'm seeing from IQ and all those guys. Um, Also another guy I want to talk about is obviously Derrick Rose. Now Derrick Rose is signed towards like the first quarter of the season, and he got there and kind of changed what they were. Trying to kind of change where they were. New York Knicks before, apparently I saw like a stat, they were like 11-14, and now they're like I forget, but it's very like high now. You know what I'm saying? Like they're very high. Like they're doing things that like you wouldn't expect them to do. Derrick Rose has been a really great guy to really coach the point guards. Even Alfred Payton's doing his thing. Coaching the point guards, IQ, Alfred Payton, being a guy to being a mentor to those guys, and also giving his time on his end. You know, getting tough layup, driving and kicking, being the point guard that he is. Derrick Rose has really revitalized ever since his Timberwolves days. He's really revitalized his career since the Timberwolves days. You know, people thought he was out of the league, but now he came in. Now he's ever since he came from there, he's been doing great. He's been a great addition to the New York Knicks. I mean, he's coming back to the Knicks, so to speak. But he's doing great things for them. I really like how what I'm seeing from Derrick Rose. As far as their future, as far as this season, as far as their future, they could potentially make some noise in the playoffs. I mean, they could probably beat the Atlanta Hawks because that's who they'll be facing. But as far as like what they're facing, like the Bucks next, ugh. Actually, no, I don't know who they're playing. I don't know who they're playing. Maybe the Sixers they're playing next. I don't really know. But they'll be playing some tough teams after that first round. But I mean, potentially they could make some noise. I'm not gonna say they're not great. They could make some noise, but at the same time, will as far as their future goes, they it might draw some free agents there. I mean, I had to give them a couple more years to really see how they are because obviously they're still under James Dolan. I think that's his name. As far as GMs and as far as owners, and people are still trying to see if that is still the place to be because every superstar is room to go there at some point in the season. But the New York Knicks, in usual fashion, fuck it up and say some stupid stuff about, oh, we're gonna get all the free agents, and then time hits, you get Julius Randle. But obviously, I guess Julius Randle eventually turned out to be a great person, a great player. But at the time, everyone was just like, huh, what? So yeah, their future is very interesting to see at this point. I'm very excited to see what's gonna happen. As far as the Knicks Nation right now, congrats. I mean, the playoffs. Congrats on maybe winning the first round, but as far as that, don't know. I mean, it's kind of a weird season, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that was our first video, man. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you turn on your post notification, you know when I post. Please let me know in the comments if you agree with what I said, if you disagree, and tell your friends about my channel. And yeah, as always, we out. Peace.
That goofy, we shoot at his crown. Send him up to heaven and down. Thugging in some pesos, we spinning your town. Stop at your homie, white screaming.